Um, Hello, for those who don't know me, my name is Carl Gilbertson. So I took over for Samantha. I was voted in as the Waite Park Community Garden president for this upcoming year. So I'll be taking the reins from her. So quick update on the garden. Last year was, despite the pandemic, really quite entertaining, and we had a lot of good new interest. This upcoming year is going to be even more new interest. We're looking probably for the first time in 7 to 8 years. We'll be removing every single second plot holder in favor of new gardeners. So a lot of new interest in the garden this year, which is really exciting. And yeah, so we're looking forward to a good year. The main thing that I came, I've been working with Megan quite a bit. The main thing I came to this meeting for was to present our budget request for this upcoming year and seeking approval for that budget request. Do you guys want me to just kind of show a screen, or should I just kind of go through it verbally?
If you can share your screen, that would be awesome, but whatever works best for you.
Let's do that.
Okay.
That'll make it easy. So for a total for the year, we are aiming to budget $6,100. And to kind of break that down, the water costs and some of these other maintenance are kind of routine, hard to avoid costs. The $2,200 for the water does include a new RPZ valve, which is simply the valve that we have to make sure that our garden water doesn't accidentally backspill into the city water. So the valve that we have right now is probably 9 years old, and we were heavily advised by a plumber to say replace that with the current version. So about 1,500 of that 2,200 is just standard turn off on the water, turn off the water, and about 700 of it is a new RPZ valve. Aside from that, lawnmower maintenance, that's just kind of a given. And then general maintenance supplies, we did have in the budget last year, and we didn't actually execute on 3 new garden plots. That's the biggest part of this garden supplies line item. So with the extreme demand we've had for the garden, we're looking to convert some of the open area this upcoming year into 3 new plots. So a large portion of the general maintenance supplies is soil for those new plots, lumber to create the borders, and make those usable. So aside from that, the website is a nominal amount, garden events is a nominal amount, and then should a tornado hit, the emergency funds are just to kind of cover any unexpected costs. So I can go into further detail if anyone on the committee wants, but what that all kind of sums up to be is about $6,100 that we're looking to budget for the 2022 gardening season for the Waite Park Community Garden. Are there any questions about kind of the numbers or where I'm getting this stuff?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was more curious how did the treatments for the grapevines go last year?
Sorry, the improvements for the grapevines?
There were some treatments you're gonna purchase. I don't know,
Yes.
treatments or something.
So having taken over just this year, I do not actually, so I don't have the full story on that. I don't know that that actually happened. What I will say is that the grapevines in this last year were extremely healthy, and that the gardeners had a pretty good crop from those grapevines. I believe I was looking at the previous budget, and I do know what you're talking about. There was like $300 for some sort of treatment. I don't know that that actually happened.
Okay. I mean, there's a couple of reasons that could happen, but it bothers me that we would give money out for that specifically and then it not be used. I have no other comments.
So we pay out requests made to the garden. We don't write them a blank check. It comes to us as things come in. So we didn't pay for that, and we won't pay for that unless it's requested, Scott. So just FYI.
Yep. Thanks, Megan.
All right.
Hi.
Any other comments or questions?
This is Gary.
Gary.
I don't see a budget or nothing, but Carl, how much do you expect to come in from the $25 fees?
We are looking at approximately 70 gardeners this year. So, about between 15 and 20, or $1,500 and $2,000 from gardener payments this year.
Thank you.
I just have one other question. Thanks for the budget breakdown. Is there any other ways that we can support you from, communications or anything else? I know that's on the spot question, but.
No, I appreciate it. My vice president is kind of working on some of those pieces at the moment. Maybe one question for the community, for the council, we are looking to put some sort of notice in the Waite Park Voice. I don't know if that ever got through. Kathleen sent out a request. That's really the only communication that we're looking to try and send out at this point. Our wait list is currently outpacing our available plots. So at this, while it'd be nice to get a notice out, we're looking to probably fill up regardless. So if that's available, that we could put out a notice in the Waite Park Voice, that would be amazing. If not, we're probably still going to be full up. So
Nick on Stack.
Yeah, so last year when someone was here, we talked about the idea of raising the cost to have a plot and then potentially earmarking some of that money to subsidize people who maybe want a slot but can't afford it, as well as raise more revenue for the garden and things that they do. I'm wondering if that ended up happening or if that's something, if we didn't, that we should revisit for this upcoming year. It sounds like it's been a long time. I think last time they said it'd been like over a decade since they changed anything.
probably more. The registration cost currently still is $25 per plot, which is, from my opinion, very affordable. We did not actually execute on increase in the plot cost last year. So that could be something that we revisit this year if that's advice from the council.
I think it's a great idea. As you said, there hasn't even been much marketing and they're all about to be sold out. They haven't gone up in a long time, and it can help fund some of the things that you guys need to do as well if there are people who want a spot and don't have money. So I would just say that I would support that. I don't know how other people feel, but something to consider.
Yeah, we can definitely take that up. So our member meeting and our steering committee meeting is coming up in March. That can be a point that I'll bring up for that meeting and gauge kind of feedback on that topic.
Thank you.
Dan?
Hey, Carl, this is Dan. I put together our email newsletter, and I'm planning to send out one early next week,
Okay.
And then probably another one in mid to late March. So I'll leave my email address in the chat, and then you can get in touch that way.
Much appreciated. Thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Any other questions on the garden, either the budget or just garden as a whole?
I have a quick question. So are there plots still available, or is there a waiting list?
There is a waiting list. We're on the 28th is when returning gardener registration closes. And after that, the new gardener registration does open. The waiting list currently outpaces the available plots.
Oh,
Now, it's hard to say. We do still have gardeners who have not, returning gardeners who have not registered. They may choose not to, and that could open up more plots, but it's hard to know until March 1st.
okay,
So
thank
right
you.
now, we do have a lot of new gardener interest, which is really fun to have.
Okay, thank you.
Stack for Michelle.
What is the possibility of creating more plots so we could get more people in there?
We do have some area, and that's so on the general maintenance supplies, that is some of that budget is to create up to 3 new plots. So that's kind of the area that we have to further develop. Outside of that, we are limited. Just if you've ever been over to the garden, there's just not a lot of space. So we are looking to make 3 new plots to create more opportunity for new gardeners, but that's kind of that's probably the limit to what we can actually create at that space.
Yeah, I actually used to be a gardener over there.
Okay.
So I'm surprised that there isn't any more space. So so we're at the end of the space over there?
Yeah, so a lot of the space is taken up for full community pieces such as grapevines and hops and pieces like that. We did also implement a apiary in this last year. So the remaining space we are looking to convert into plots for new gardeners, but after that we are kind of full up.
There's a wonderful lot across from the school. Oh, I'm just kidding.
All right, any other questions? We'll just ring all the play fields out, the whole park with them. There we go. Just have a garter border.
We're open
Garden
for it.
border. There we go. Would anybody like to make a motion on the budget?
I'll make a motion to approve the requested amount for $6,600 for 2022.
Second.
All right, and then any comments or discussion? All right, hearing none, I'll move to a vote. All those in favor of approving the budget as presented? Do you say 66 or 61? I'm sorry.
66. Carl,
66.
correct me if that's wrong. I think that's what.
I would love 66. I was requesting 61.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, 61.
Okay, sorry. You said that, and then I looked over at the sheet, and I got all confused.
I
everybody
wasn't gonna
see?
say no.
All right. So for 61, I'm sorry. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Anybody opposed? Cool. All right. Thank you, Carl. Good luck with everything. I hope you guys have a fruitful season. Is that the right pun? We'll go with that one.
It'll be bountiful for sure.
There we go. All right. You were
all.
ready. Thank you.
Thanks,
All
Carl.
right.